Try kidding. And zoom in.
I'm terribly angry at my mom.
When your mom gets better?
I don't think she'll ever be better.
Okay, Sarah.
Our whole life centers around my daughter. And I think, you could be fearful that she won't come around. And then the other side is that you're fearful that she will. And you're fearful that she will want to take them and she won't be ready. And then you're fearful that she won't ever try.
Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh in the white drifting snow.
Our son and daughter-in-law met in recovery about 9 or 10 years ago now. And they started a relationship too soon. They got pregnant too soon. They were really trying to stay clean and sober and trying to build a life, but didn't really respect their illnesses.
Through the woods, oh how the wind does blow. It bites the nose and stings.
My daughter Ricky, before she was on drugs, very sweet. She's really giving, just a really nice kid. Well, then I would describe her when she was on drugs as a thief, a liar, and I didn't trust her at all.
Through the woods, oh how the wind does blow. It bites the nose and stings the toes as over the fields we go.
For 6 years, Loretta's been raising her daughter's 4 children.
I want to buy me one of them kites.
There.
Loretta's daughter has been addicted to a variety of drugs since she was 16. Over 4 million children in this country live with their grandparents. These grandparents are firmly planted in the front lines of the national drug epidemic. For 9 years, Queen's been raising her daughter Ricky's 3 sons.
How I got the kids was, I knew she was really into those drugs. Her house was filthy. And then, I'd go down there and she wouldn't have food. I called the social services and I told them I was down there. Her life had been threatened because she owed the drug people money, and the kids were down there, and that house was a mess. And then they told me that I should have brought the kids with me. And I said, no, you've been down there before. I want you to go and see exactly how they're living. I want you to see. So that's when they went and took them out the house, and that's when I got them.
Many assume that parents of drug addicts are in some way responsible for their children's behavior and question whether they are the right choice to raise the grandchildren.
I trust myself more. I'm doing the very best I can. And as I learn more, I can do better. What I did with our son, I knew what I knew then, and I did the best I could then, and that's what happened. I firmly believe he's alive today because of what we gave him. But I also firmly believe he's got his own demons that have absolutely nothing to do with us that he has to take responsibility for.
And certainly we have responsibility in it, but it's not a fault type thing, where you have to be guilty of doing the wrong thing or something, for them to not turn out the way you want. So.
Like for Sarah's grandchildren.
Right, that's right.
I listen to everybody, and I have all that in my mind, and so it helps me to act better, because I not only have my wife's wisdom and my wisdom, but I have everybody else's too.
I try to do fun things with my kids, but not to the extent that I do with my grandkids. Somehow my grandkids have freed me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when I'm at Toys R Us at Christmas and I pick a doll every year that's my target doll, you know, that I have to have for them, you know, and whatnot, because I have 7 granddaughters. And I know that's all about me, you know, and not having had those things myself. Now I can act out my childhood back with them. I've been taking care of kids a long time.
That's because the family was often abandoned by their alcoholic mother for days at a time.
At 5 years old, I was given the care of this little baby. I was to stay inside and take care of him while she went to work.
That little baby was the first of 9 siblings Loretta raised for her mother.
Other kids were playing with dolls and I was playing with babies. We had an old wood stove and my 2-year-old brother would dump the ashes on the floor and I'd have to clean them up. But I can remember sometimes I wanted to go out to play and I would pin him on the bed with safety pins, put a blanket over him and pin him on all 4 corners so he couldn't roll around or roll off the bed or whatever. But my mother would take her lipstick and write it on the alarm clock with lipstick at what time she would return. And one day the hands went past the clock and it was getting later and later and it got dark and no one came. And being a child, I didn't know that someone would come and take care of us, probably better. But my big worry was how I was going to be able to go and work and take care of these babies. But I had this sense that everything had to stay together, you know, that I had to keep it glued together some kind of way. I just have some kind of an inner strength of needing to be there for things. It's a codependency, you know, I guess, in needing to be needed type thing. I've outgrown that now. You know, I kind of recognize that as a flaw in my character. And so I try not to do that, and I try not to set myself up for that anymore.
Wish I had the wings of a dove. Wish I had the wings of a dove. I would fly, fly away, fly.
I didn't think it would be for as long as it is. Because, you know, since her kids had got taken away from her, and I know she really loved her kids, and I thought that would be the point where she would straighten up, but it wasn't. It was like she knew I had her kids, she knew they were taken care of, and she was just totally out there then.
Oh, I missed, a lot of things. I missed the first day of school. I missed birthday parties. I've missed a lot. You know, just being there, you know, when they wake up with a nightmare. I got higher because I didn't want to feel what I thought my children would be feeling, not being with their mother. And the higher I got, the more time went on, the more years went by, you know, and I just had to stay higher so I wouldn't have to think about the pain.
Can you show me how to write my last name in cursive?
Sure. Do you want to try it on a blank piece of paper first and practice it?
Okay.
We got paper.
Do you like a piece of French toast?
Woo!
Do you like a piece of French toast?
Make a circle, make your G, make your loop, and make the loop. Okay? Remember, cursive is what you like. It's a continuous motion. All right. For your first time, that's great. My life changed much more drastically than Mills did. The sort of personal life that I had created for myself and personal experiences stopped. Sometimes the thing I get most frustrated is like, you get to write Bart for an hour every day by yourself. God.